All right, so this is like one of the last games of week one. We got BladeMaster versus ImaPanda. Should be a fun game. There is a little bit of a difference. BladeMaster is usually a little bit higher MMR ranked, but he's decided that he is not going to be BladeMasterRush anymore. He is going to be Crypt Lord Rush for at least this season. So he literally only recently started playing Undead. Then he got sick, and um, yeah, couldn't practice as much as he probably would have wanted to. And as Phoenix is already saying, you're seeing a fast hero. He's probably gonna go Happy Fiends. I can't imagine he's gonna want to go Ghouls just because, especially when you're starting out with a new race, going Ghouls sounds all great, but it takes a little bit more finesse. Going Fiends is a little bit easier. So I expect to see Happy Fiends. I know Cubert's been training him up, and he didn't play bad on stream just before, but he needs to definitely remember things like getting an orb tier 3. That's just something I saw on his stream. On the other side, we got I'm a Panda, cool guy. He got his week 2 games in earlier versus Soft Ice Cream, which was a rematch from last week or last season. So we get to see him now versus Undead. Should be a good game. No Crypt Lord, definitely DK. And yeah, Happy Fiends. I'm always curious when I see things like this. Like I always want to ask them, like, how long have you played the game? Because this is so like old school, which isn't a bad thing. I probably do the same thing. The whole like scouting farms, it just doesn't happen anymore. And he is being a pain in the ass. Probably maybe kills the farm. Yeah, in like 7 years. All right. So I didn't see him actually. Yeah, he didn't. Okay, he didn't. This is what I mean where I'm saying BMR is still learning the race. BMR, if you watch this, come over here or come over right here, and there's always a frog or something there. Kill it with your acolyte as you run by, and then you can just raise skellies and creep shit quicker. You don't even have to creep this one. You're creeping this one because it's easier. You could go for the orange. Get better XP. Meanwhile, I'm a Panda is doing that thing that we all know and love for human players and just, creeping away with them. Little militia. Alright, so yeah, standard, totally standard out of BladeMaster. In a way, this is actually probably a better map for BladeMaster because it's going to be very hard for I'm a Panda to expand. It's just a harder camp. An easy camp, probably I'm a Panda has more experience holding that, while BladeMaster has to really respond correctly. He's not scouting at all. He doesn't know if there's an expansion going up right now, and he's taking a huge amount of damage on his hero. And there you go. I'm a Panda is just expanding. Um, it'll be a little bit slower than would be on other maps. So BladeMaster is definitely in trouble right now if this expand goes up with no problem. On the flip side, though, who knows? Maybe getting tier 3 click, he can do a push. He did go Pit Lord in his last game that I saw, where it was an Undead versus Undead as a third hero. I know it got nerfed, but Pit Lord can still work versus humans if you hit the right timing. And since he's going tier 3, he might be able to hit that timing, especially if I'm a Panda doesn't place his towers properly. And there you go. You can see the scout. He knows it's possible. It could be happening right now. He didn't take the item. That's a really not a bad item. Like, we all joke about it. There we go. It's definitely helpful, especially when you're facing, like a undead that wants to nuke you. It's not so great when you have Well standing right there, but what's the worst thing that happens? You sell it for like 250 gold or something like that. All right, so this is the problem. BladeMaster knows what's happening right now, right? But I'm a Panda, got level 3, staying very close And now you have a DK with less than half its life trying to come over and do something with what, 2 fiends. He might get some footy, some of these peasants, sure. Very doubtful he'll get them all though. Although at this rate he might. You should not be aiming the fiends, not with everything. Take right there, like this, right here. This is what you want to do with 1 water elemental, but then also, you know, like your archmage and maybe 1 footy. Poke the DK. The DK is so low, you can just make them screw off. The rest can go on the fiends. You know, split them up on the different fiends. That way, BladeMaster has to choose. Like, do I micro them all back? Do I heal 1 of them? I can't heal them all. There's like 4 that need healing. Instead, he's got 1 Crypt Fiend that he knows he can heal. He only has 1 heal left because he decided to nuke some of the peasants. So, got the expo up, but he's only starting to tech right now. On the flip side, though, BladeMaster is not going straight to tier 3. He's building more fiends. He got a 3rd Zig, which isn't a bad idea, you know? There is the possibility of pushing on tier 2, you know, like trying to punish on tier 2. The problem is, BMR is level 3. Excuse me, ImaPanda is level 3, and BMR is still only level 2 with no life on his DK. So now he's got to try and go get level 3. You really want level 3 when you're going to be trying to break an expansion, at least, because healing fiends with the level 1 coil is just a joke. You know, like, it's just not possible, especially when you have no mana. But it doesn't even look like he's doing that. I actually think that BladeMaster may just be trying to counter expand, which is interesting. It might work in the long run. I don't know. ImaPanda is kind of sitting around a lot, and I'm not sure if that's just not knowing what to do exactly or if he was just babysitting the expo until all these towers go up. But now he's coming in. He's going to see that it's still tier 2. He's not going to be able to cancel the slaughterhouse or anything like that. So the most he can do is take out some acolytes. The defend is alright, but you don't need it just yet. You really want to get that in on things. Going for the slaughterhouse is probably the wrong idea. If you kill this, that's not because it was a good idea. It's because BladeMaster did something wrong. And suddenly, BladeMaster is level 3. And he got a nice item. More mana. Level 2. All of a sudden, he's looking a lot stronger. All those footies, he had like 7 footies, and he runs away now with only 2. This leaves an opening for BladeMaster. Well, Phoenix, he bought a Pit Lord last time, but he's not getting a Pit Lord because he's still tier 2. He did forget getting another Zig, so even when this goes up, right, he's not gonna be able to build. Oh my god! Oh no! See, this is just kind of like the inexperience of the race. It's always hard to get a second expo up to begin with. Okay, he did build a Zig, but it's still, this is the problem. First off, getting a tier 2 expo up is hard in itself if the human is all over you. He could just come over here and cancel it. But the second thing is, you either have to build a Necropolis over here, or you have to sacrifice some time, sit tier 2 for a very long time, or at least long enough to build another 4 Acolytes. So he's going to get this expo up, but it's only going to be mining by one Acolyte. He did just put down the Necropolis, which is nice. And he's trying to pull the middle, which should actually work out for him. ImaPanda is playing very laid back. He is going for the Knight Gyro build, which is a great build at lower levels for sure. I mean, it's great at my level too, and I'm low level. So, but higher level than them. It's good because it's almost like a right-click army. People joke that, you know, Undead is just like, you know, Coil Nova, right click, so easy. But you can get this army and just literally, if you have an expo, just kind of right click, and it could work out unless BladeMaster knows how to deal with things like gyros. They're hard to deal with. He could get Pit Lord 3rd. He could get CL 3rd. These are all decent versus flying machines, but Pillard's a little bit harder. You got to use Rain of Fire, or else you just can't make destroyers. You got to decide not to go destroyers, you know, because the flying machine will kill you, and you got to go ground. You're gonna want Banshees for the mischance, and then later, you know, probably for anti-magic shield versus MK, and maybe even possession. So 4-2 heroes, 3-3 heroes. I didn't really comment on it, and I should have. That's like the worst item he could have gotten from the middle. So he can sell it. He should sell it. He is now getting more dudes on his expo, finally. And he is tier 3. He is getting a Temple of the Dam, so good on him for that. He does not have an orb yet, though. He's also not getting a third hero yet. These are things you definitely want in this type of game. And the Knights are coming. And the Paladin's coming. So, hero level definitely goes to... Alright, he did. There we go. Pit Lord. But he got Hal, which will work versus this army. It's not a bad hero versus army with the Hal, but it's Rain of Fire is more for like pushing, but it can also be used for the flying machines because they usually group up. You can see right here, you know, they kind of all fly together, especially when they start attacking. They really group up, and then all you got to do is Rain of Fire them and hope to God the other guy doesn't move him in time. All right, so Panda sees this, but I think so does BMR maybe. Nope. But he doesn't have an orb still. That's a huge oversight. And these knights have them upgraded. And that does a joke amount of damage. What was the item? Okay, that's not bad items at all. Rune bracers for when you're fighting this type of army. I think he might have... Okay, yeah, he just donated a A-bomb. He really needs to get this MK up to level 3. MK level 3 makes a huge difference. I have not seen anything occur yet with the Temple of the Damned. I mean, Phoenix, you know, like a dead fish macro's better than remote, but, you know. No, Panda has been putting in work. Him, people like Soft Ice Cream, like, they're all kind of around the same level, and they can take games off each other. I heard that their series was very good. I couldn't watch it, though. And you wouldn't expect it. Not from their MMR. Alright, so let's just see how Knights do first. Fiends. Alright, so the Lich is now out of mana. He should really be putting this Pendant of Energy on the Lich. We did get a Howl. We do have Curse. Not bad. But they still do a buttload of damage, especially with the Sundering Blades. And suddenly, Pally gets a lot scarier. The MK gets a lot scarier. He's got Invul on now all 3 heroes because Divine Shield, then the big Invul on the MK and the small Invul, or lesser Invul on the Archmage. And he's now getting the upgrade for more life. Frag grenades, okay. So, frag shards. Frag grenades, I'm thinking, what was that? I don't know. That's like half of the freaking video games and things in real life. But anyway, that'll be good versus like the Banshees. Yeah, they can kind of work for statues as well. It's not really necessary. I don't know if I would really ever want them. But yeah. Alright, so the MK has 2 scrolls on it. I usually I would say that getting like scroll of protection, you can see here, it's pretty nice, right? But the problem is usually statues turn into destroyers and you fed the destroyers. Oh, do not lose the okay, nice. But the thing is, he's scared to make those statues into destroyers. I don't even know if he even got the upgrade, and that's because of all of these flying machine. So it actually could help if he ever pops it. He does have the orb now on his 3rd hero. Or 2nd hero. That's good. And you know what? Panda might want to consider, doing that himself. Get an orb. It cuts down on the healing of the BladeMaster of the Death Knight. He's just nuking away. Invul should be back up on the Paladin, so it shouldn't die, but he's just losing units. He's just donating units. He's just letting BladeMaster follow him and take night after night after night out. Suddenly he only has 3 knights left. And he's only pumping 1 more. He has 2,000 gold. So thanks a lot, Phoenix, for jinxing him. And the Paladin is dead. Alright, here comes the TP. It's definitely too late for that, but we'll have to see. What I was going to say is, instead of getting frag shards, he should get the bomb upgrade on the workshop. So what you do is you take, if he's not going to build destroyers, right? What you do is you just right-click the flying machine onto these statues. Because either he has to stop and try and kill him, or the undead has to move his statues. And while he's moving the statues, they can't heal. Or they can't give mana. So yeah. Well, I don't really know how these morts are going to work out for him. Because he's getting nuked to hell. He does have good upgrades. Upgrades may pull through for him. But I frankly would probably just say keep going knights. But we'll see. He's got plenty of wood. He could probably... How many wood peasants does he have? 3, 7, 10, 11. Okay. I mean, he could probably donate a few. 12, actually. Well, he is donating one right now. I meant kill it, donate it to the towers, but that works too. Alright, so the Archmage does now have a staff and the orb, which will cut down on healing. Okay, I thought BMR was separating his army. I was going to say there might be a chance there. Alright, we got the Congo line going. This isn't... These flying machines just have been totally useless all game. They've stopped him from building destroyers, but they have not done anything else. The real problem with these morts are, if he tries an aim where the knights are, the knights take damage as well. They are putting in work, though. As long as he remembers to aim things that are away from his knights, it's okay. And you can kind of see here, like, he's trying real hard to kill these knights, but you can just keep doing that. And all of a sudden it flips. It's a very right-clicky army. It's very hard to deal with. You need the right army composition. Does he have... No, he does not. If he got possession, that could be very scary. But he hasn't gotten that yet. So he's getting upgrades for the gyros and for the morts, but he only has 2 morts, and the flying machine can't attack anything. Is it gyros or gyros? I know gyros are food, so I guess it's gyrocopters. Gyro? I don't friggin' know. Oh, well, now they're going to actually kill something. So that's nice. It is nice as he has anti-magic shield and summon. Oh. A lot of these knights are going to die. That would be a very nice item right now. He definitely should be picking this up, but he doesn't see it. He's also aiming the A-bomb. You really don't want to aim an A-bomb. It is a little bit easier to... And please do not lose your Archmage. You definitely want to be aiming these Fiends. These Fiends got to sit back and just do work, and oh no, he just left. Hopefully... Oh, that's on cooldown too. That could have been bad. This game keeps flip-flopping back and forth. But now BladeMaster is sitting at 88 food. He does have the middle XP running, though. So he could go up to 100 food if he wants to. At this point, he might as well. And ImaPanda is just sitting at 62. But he has so many knights ready to go. So, Pit Lord did pick up those chimes. He did get Cleave, which when you're surrounding, like, you really don't want to surround the Pit Lord and try and kill it with the Knights. I mean, it might get healed, it might have anti-magic shield on it, but then it's doing Cleave damage. And this is another time you really want those bombs. Where are his morts? Did they all die in the fight? Okay, the TP is coming in, but, oh no. He left all this stuff. Does he notice? No, he should just fight. Fight. This is like your only shot. He's got to stop aiming these A-bombs, though. Just go for the Fiends. He didn't have really any solution to the curse. The curse has been putting in huge amounts of work. And now you can finally see the flying machines. But not being able to do much. This is kind of like one of those times. All right, so the DK is out of mana. So if I was ImaPanda, I would just be right-clicking the Lich and hoping to God he misses the invul. This is looking horrible for ImaPanda right now. He should probably just call to arms everything. And you still got, you know, a ton of food over there. But the MK is dead, so suddenly it's going to be a 1-0 for Mr. BladeMaster over here. So this looked really strong for ImaPanda for a very long time, but BladeMaster did eventually get to the right unit composition. It just took him a while to do so. And you can see what happens. This game's going to be over any second. Undead looks scary when it's at 100 food, you know, but kind of helps. Alright, so BladeMaster is now up 1-0. Waiting on the next game name, and then we'll move in. I'm messaging Panda. Like, usually I'd be sitting here trying to help him out a little bit, but kinda can't. I mean, I could, but I think he's jumping right into the next game, so. Echo Isles. Well, that's an easy map to expand on, and if BladeMaster doesn't know how to respond. Yeah, you're not Orc. That was just force of habit, I think. Yeah, there you go. Reflex. Once you pick a race, you cannot switch it for the best of 3. And that's so that your opponent has time to prepare and you're not like playing games with like one map having a special pocket strategy. I mean, you know, it's about learning, not about necessarily, screwing your opponent over. If you can screw your opponent over while learning, then go for it, but not in that way. All right, so I am updating the score because I don't know how to do it. And no one tells me every time I say I don't know how to do it because I guess no one else knows either. So we're going to probably see the same build out of BladeMaster. And I have a feeling ImaPanda is going to go pretty quick for that expo. He might do... I mean, last time he did take the orange and then the green to get level 2 before he expoed. But that was also a very different map in Concealed Hill. You know, it's a little bit harder to take that expansion. I'm curious if that's his thing. Like, he wants to get level 2 before. So then you'd have to take this, and then go here. But if he just goes straight here... I'm curious how BladeMaster responds. You know, like... What's he doing? He's not... Okay, so BladeMaster, if you watch this, like right here, usually like right in here, or right here, there is a little critter. Kill the critter if you're planning on creeping like you did last game. If you're planning on just running across the map with your DK to try and stop the expo or whatever else he's doing, then that's a different story. Yep. So, same thing as last time. And he is sending the footy cross map to confirm, which is pretty standard. I don't think he did it last time, probably because he wanted his footy just to creep and then get the expansion. And he's going for this green up here first. Okay. Oh, he is going to creep again. He's about to use up all of his mana. This is something I know Qbert, when he watches this, is going to scream in his brain. He doesn't scream at people. Paz only screams at people. But he's using up all his mana. He's taking damage on his DK. And you have no idea. Well, he does know because of this, but you don't know if the human's going to try and expand. But if it does, congrats. You're now at half-life. Grinchy, you have no idea. Well, you probably do about Paz, but I was watching him. I was watching your game with him, I think, on voice. And he's like, no, this is not what I told Grinchy to do. I am very angry. Alright, so the Archmage could have dropped a... I don't know about this build. He's going for it now. Now the Undead's coming. I probably would have either done this much quicker or gone straight down. He's going to see it with the Acolyte. Should just kill it for a little bit of free XP. Why not? Not with everything, though. Okay. This is... he better not turn around. He's just got to commit at this point. You do want to put, like, your one Water Elemental, your Archmage. You have so much here. There you go. Start poking the shit out of this. And he's aiming these smaller camps first, which is smart, but he's got to go back to poking the DK. Don't let the DK sit here. Poke the DK, not with everything. Or you can just surround it, but he didn't. You don't want... Okay, he's going to get this. And this is all of a sudden very bad. So it's something I've been working with some of the humans on my team. You just got to keep poking the DK, but you need to use like your Archmage. You need to use a Water Ellie. That tower placement probably won't work out too well for him. But this DK has been here far too long. This is going to be the most useless Arcane Tower ever. Watch it kill like 7 things later, but whatever. Yeah. So he's got a foot chilling over here. He really wants to pull that foot back over into this area. DK does have to run. It got a lot of XP, though. It didn't get... Wait, what happened to the item? Oh, I guess it was gloves. Never mind. Yeah, so the DK got the item as well. I was thinking he took this and that was from there. I'm like, where's the item? But yeah, so DK got a lot of XP. You really wanted... I mean, it's fine to take the small camps first, right? And that's so that the DK at first has to choose. Do I want to nuke those or do I want to nuke like the peasants or... You know, and you're not letting him... If he's around, you know, then you're not letting him take the big camp. But at some point, you need to be poking him, and with quite a bit. Maybe a foot or two. But the water elementals, I've said it like 20 times, the water elementals and the Archmage are a lot easier to poke, because you're going to be standing here anyway, killing this. So if he's over here, your Archmage can still hit it. He's still tier 1. Okay, so this is, I guess, BladeMaster's choice in how he deals with this. He tries to counter expand. I think Panda wants level 3 before he goes and tries and harass. Problem is, this game at least, BMR is much... Oh no. If he gets another bash, he's so screwed. Well, he got a bash, but it was on the wrong unit. That could have been funny. Well, anyway, what I was saying is, if it doesn't die, is about to get level 3. You really never want to do that, BladeMaster. I didn't actually look at how much life it had. Maybe you had to do that, but don't use your coil right before you get level 3. Just save it for like 2 seconds, and suddenly that coil is a lot better. Maybe you don't have to use it either. Panda's around 1250, and so is BladeMaster on his undead. MMR wise. Alright, so BladeMaster used like all of his mana. He has 1 Nova and he just used it, so he has no more mana left. If I was Panda, just poke the shit out of that. He doesn't have the wood. Oh, yeah, there you go. Poke that too, but don't lose your hero while you're poking it. Oh no. So the expo is going to go up. He didn't get anything really accomplished there. You know, you got to commit. Either go for this big boy and just try and kill him and make him TP out, or you got to just splinter off even a little bit. Like, this was at like 1/4 of its life at the time. Probably even 1 or 2 water elementals and like a foot on that, and you would have killed it. He would either had to cancel it or he would have had to let it die. His wood at the time was about like 100. He might not have been able to remake it if it actually had died. And it would have definitely sent him back. But as is, he is getting that expo up. He only... Okay, now he's putting more on this gold mine. These towers are kind of in the way. Yeah, so the guy that I was telling, you know, poke the damn DK when you're expanding is currently in chat saying he's going to possibly be able to help Panda with that. Because he's noticed as well. It does make a huge difference. Panda's going for the same strategy, I believe. Double barracks, knights, probably flying machines in a little bit. Panda needs to keep on moving. This is one thing. He has so many foots. Like, that's one way to defend. With defend. But no, that's one way to defend against an undead. You know, you get a ton of foots, you get some towers, and it's a little bit harder for them to push, but this might be overkill. And he's now using defend versus only two things that are going to do any amount of damage that defend will help against. And meanwhile, well, one was already taking the mill, so that's nice, but BMR is about to get the other middle camp. So this is not looking bad at all for BMR. The real question is, though, is Panda's late game going to go any better? He pulled back the Archmage, which is a good idea because you want to get your MK higher level. But the problem is he pulled it back and his MK was over here. And then everything died. So it still didn't get the full amount of XP it could have gotten from that creep. You need the MK there with it. I think taking that camp, he might have lost like 2 footies. I know he lost at least 1. And that's actually a good thing, because now he's back under 50 food. Interesting. So we got Brilliance level 2 instead of Water Elemental level 2. I didn't even see that earlier. But if he had Water Ellie's level 2, that might have just been canceled. I'm also not sure. Did he... I'm not sure if that was him. That might be one of the mechanical critters. No, I think it would show up as orange. Maybe not. I don't know. He just bought out the shop. This is the scary lich. Not much more to say about that. It is a scary lich, and this time BladeMaster, because he loves the nuke. Any knight that walks by, he went and got some mana items for that fat ass DK. Alright, Paladin's coming out. He is getting his flying machine, 1 knight. He doesn't have... He still doesn't have an orb. So that might be the one saving grace right now. Oh, is he going to run? Okay, he has one over here. I thought he was about to run back all the way for that orb. He's losing some footies, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but it kind of is when the undead is pushing right now. But he definitely needed to lose some for more knights. Alright, he's getting the Sundering Blade upgrade. That'll help. He's trying to block. Nice try. He should move one of these Scrolls of Healings to something else. One of the other heroes. And yeah, BMR does have the orb now. He probably should just sell this Crystal Ball. It's not really going to give you much more value. And, okay, I was going to say everything's sold out, but not for long. And now everything's sold out. So we got 2-0 upgrades on the Fiends to 1-1 upgrades on the Knights, but there's not many Knights. There's only 2 Knights, 3 Knights. This is not the fight you want to take. Definitely want a few more Knights. That is so many. Now, you know... Damn. Did he, like, call to arms? I didn't even look. I don't know why they're all down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Just sold a lot of items for the staff. And, yeah, so he decided, I'm not dealing with all these towers. He's going up top where there are no towers. Don't lose this knight. This is the suicidal knight over here. No third hero yet for BladeMaster. Last game, it definitely put in a ton of work. And I don't know if that was a misclick. He can't heal now. Although, a knife for a fiend ain't bad at all. He is not healing at all. He doesn't care. He is going right in. He wants to kill these heroes. It does have an invul pot, so there you go. If only these flying machines could attack something, but they can't. Do not aim the A-bomb. Keep going for the fiends. Oh, he does have a staff, which is nice. The problem is now there's no more freaking MK. We're so close to level 3, but no. So this little push of his probably gonna win in the game right here. He's got curse out now. He's got to watch. Okay, that's gonna be a dead paladin. God. I've never seen so many knights die to nuking. Usually it, like, tickles them. Alright, so there you go. That is 2-0 to BladeMaster. It was very good games, though. So, BladeMaster is going to get scarier as he goes. You know, like I said, he's only recently changed over to Undead. And I don't know how you're going to match him in future weeks. You know, it's just going to get harder as Bert trains him more. So, I don't have to deal with it, so that's always nice.